Hi, thank you for coming out. Today we're going to be talking about the cello. That's why I'm here. I am a cellist. I've been a cellist for 18 years, and I'd like to demonstrate exactly how the instrument works, how you play it, the different parts of the instrument. So let's get right into it. Here we have the strings. There's 4 strings, A, D, G, C. The strings transmit sound through the bridge, this little piece of wood right here, that moves through the instrument. There's a little dowel. It's a very short stick that is wedged between the top and the back of the cello. The sound transmits through the bridge, through the sound post. It hits the back of the instrument, which is made out of maple, very hard wood. Then it's projected back out through the instrument this way. And that's how we get our sound. So our main goal when playing the instrument is to get these strings to vibrate. They're going to vibrate very quickly back and forth. And you can almost, I know you're pretty far back there, but if you look hard, you can see the strings vibrating back and forth very quickly. That's our goal. Alright, now we can get these strings to vibrate any way we choose. We can pluck them this way. We can use the bow, which I will demonstrate later. We can strum. We can use our fingernails. We could even use a pick. Let me show you. Right here. A pick. So there's all different ways of getting sound out of the cello. We can even use the bow percussively. We can use the hair of the bow like that. So that's our goal, is to get the strings vibrating so we can get sound out to the audience. So when we start playing, we want to sit down. We want to keep a neutral position. We want to be straight up and down. Don't want to be twisted either way. You want to find the default position of your body. This is not default. This is not default. This is twisted. We want to be straight up and down this way. This is comfortable. This is a comfortable position. This is what we want. So when we start playing, we take our thumb, put it right on the fingerboard. This black thing is called the fingerboard. Put it right there. Take our first finger. This is called the first finger. We wrap it around a string and we pull to the side and up. And that's our pluck. Or in Italian they call it pizzicato. So that's our pizzicato. And I try to keep my wrist straight at all times. I elevate my arm to move from string to string. So that's how we get a plucking sound. Now, there's different types of plucking. We can pluck more Mozart, Beethoven style, late 1700s, early 1800s. So it's a little drier, a little shorter. And we also have a different style of plucking, more of a jazz pluck, which I usually use my middle finger for. It's a much wider, kind of fatter sound. To get a really big, wide sound out of the strings. You can really see them vibrating. We can also do strumming with the fingers. Yeah, so that's short piece by a guy named Mark Summer, who's a jazz cellist. We can also use the pick. That's another technique. We can do finger style, so I'm kind of using every finger. That sort of thing. So there's a lot of different plucking techniques we can use. Then we can do alternate these two fingers. So next we have the bow, and the bow is made out of Pernambuco wood, expensive wood from Brazil, and horsehair. In the horsehair we put rosin on the hair. Rosin is dried tree sap, and it makes the hair sticky. So when we first start bowing, we just do simple back and forth things like that. The most simple bowing technique is called détaché, and that's when we just back and forth. Very simple. Next, we have a longer bow stroke called legato. So it's basically, we're keeping the bow sustained for a very long time as our left hand moves around. So that's the legato. We're keeping this very steady. Next, we have what they call a bounced bow stroke, or spiccato. We call that spiccato. That's where we're kind of bouncing the bow up and down. Then we can do it really fast. We also have, it's called jeté, which we basically throw the bow on the strings and it bounces on its own. So it kind of does its own thing there, kind of works by itself. Next we can also do kind of slurred arpeggios. We're moving the bow over the strings. So I'm touching as many strings as possible in a very fluid motion here. So it actually sounds a lot harder than it is. As long as your left hand is good with the chords, the right hand comes pretty naturally. It's just an up and down motion. One last technique I'd like to show you is, they're called harmonics. And basically you just touch your finger lightly to the string at certain strategic points and you're going to get a sound. If you're not quite on the mark, it's not going to make a sound. So that's your harmonic right there. But if I'm slightly off, it doesn't work. It still rings even once you take your finger off the string. So that's many of the techniques we have in the cello. There's many, many more, but Yeah, so that's the instrument, and I think it's very much worth learning about it if you're interested. It's very good to get a private teacher and try to pursue that. And I hope you all learned something. I know I did. And go out, make music. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.